And welcome back to the Ventura SNG Studio Raceway, where currently our next door neighbor is racing and testing his motorcycle in the back part of the building. There he goes now. Can you see him? Anyway, we're working on a laser blast gun. I'm sure you'll all be happy about that. I know I am. And you'll notice I got these parts sitting on here, and watch what happens when I pick it up. They stay on. Because what I'm doing is I'm starting to bolt them down, secure them, before I paint them silver. So that's what I'm doing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab a couple of the ones that I've already got rounded off on the bottom. Because only 4 of them actually go on here, I found out. I had to look at a picture. I know, I keep walking back and forth. I had to look at a picture that showed the bottom, and before I realized that I had not 5, but 4 sitting on top. So, and they're gapped in these little white plastic boxes, which came from some model kit. I'm not sure which went there. And as sure as you can see here, that is the right amount. Then the other problem is trying to get them all level and linear. So you kind of have to just take your time and drill holes and put things in. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to go about right in the center. Looks pretty good. I think a little over. It would actually help if I use the faster. Of course, all these are going to fall off, so I have to make sure I'm still level, still level. Don't move. That makes a mark there, so I know where to go to the smaller bit. So I drill a hole like that. Got a nice hole there. Now we're going to grab a screw. And it looks a little crooked for some reason going that way. So we have to figure out why. Probably because this has to have some more sanded off to get it to sit right. It pulls more this way than the other way. I'm gonna do it now, because if I say, we'll just do that later, I never will. I think just that little bit will do it. I was going to glue them on, and then I thought to myself, well, if I do that, you could bang into something and they'll just come flying off. I don't care what glue you use. Nothing beats a bolt, a screw. That's pretty good. That worked. Worked great. So now, this one faces that one. I can put this one back now. I'll find out if that's crooked or not. Straighten that out. Yep, it's crooked. So it's all, trying to get it to conform to the shape of the barrel. Right, so I need more off this side, and I can see it just looking at it. It's amazing the way I built that gun back then, because I had to do it so fast to have it ready for shooting, which I think I had 2 weeks to do the gun, the makeup, and everything. 2 weeks. Still need to take a little more off. And so I did it, but it meant using wire and tape and spit and whatever I could use to get it on the set. Crazy. I actually know what I'm doing, so and I'm not being paid to do it. It doesn't need to be on the set. And hey, it's level. Okay, good. So now all we gotta do is 2 more of these, and It's this, I'm confused again. Okay. Okay, and this time these two face each other. Okay, well, you know, we're trying to be canon. So far, so good. We only got one more to go. That one went level. First time, which is good. As John Chambers used to say to me, we're not going to the moon, boy. We're just working on a movie. In this case, we're not even working on a movie. Okay, so here we go. I'm sure that made a mark. It did. And find some more of these screws. Now this thing must have got real hot in the real world to have this many heat sinks on it. And amazing how those turtle aliens managed to have the same kind of heat sinks that we have on our mainframes back then. I like it. In fact, we're going to get this tube next week. Okay. I have a solution for everything. Oh, such strong plastic. Anyway. I know you can't wait to see it. There we go. Da 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 da. This thing weighs a ton. Holy moly! The aluminum was much lighter. But hey, you want a laser blast gun? This one feels like a real gun. This, let's see, where is it? Oh yes, Rosie, it's a great spot to be. Needs to go, and this is an original film can from the era, the very era that this movie was made in. So we want to do, what side did I use? I think I used the bottom side. So what we want to do is mount this right in the middle and a little bit over the edge. It wasn't much over the edge, but it was. That's about right. Okay, we're going to get one screw in it. Rosie's growling. And I get one screw into it. And then adjust it accordingly after that. So I'm going to have to make a bigger hole. This is exciting. I love this part of the build because this is where it all comes together. Now I know this is going to take off and spin on me. Nope, it didn't. I just love putting stuff together. Like the other day, I saw that there's a tricorder kit that's out, or maybe it's been out, that is built like the original. I have one over there of Kirk's, but it just really looked good to me. I wanted to build one. I might have to get that. And we're gonna go real slow so we don't indent it. There we go, that's one down. And then we're gonna, that looks about, we need to go over a little bit more that way. And eventually I'm gonna open up holes. Because all this stuff comes apart, I can open up holes and run the wiring through it and have a hatch that removes here that will have the batteries in it, or maybe the batteries will fit in here for all my power. Probably in here, I guess. I may not even, well, yeah, I do have to go through here because we're gonna have a real bright light at the end of this. Fast. Ah, it moved. I felt it move. You can't fool me. Perfect. Ah, it moved again. No matter what I do, it wants to move, so I guess it'll be a little tiny bit crooked, but not much. Not anything that anybody would see. Now I need to find another one of those screws. I always love the in-joke of a 35mm film can. Is it 35mm or 16mm? 16. Still. So now that's not going to go flying around all over the place. And, you know, I can easily open and close it. It doesn't close quite right. I think probably because this is causing, if it's too tight, it distorts it. So we're going to back this off a bit. That's better. So, okay, so, you know, what goes on top of here is, of course, we have these parts here. And this one is too, it needs to be flat sanded some more, and I need to put some leather on top of this. And it looks like it's around the edge too. It's probably electrical tape, knowing me. And there's 2 screws right here that held this on, which I can also see. So what we're gonna do is go get some leatherette material, or pleather, and put it on here and flat sand this, and when we come back, we'll start putting these pieces on here, which I can't wait to do. So, see you in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to cut myself a nice piece of this using the actual can as a template. But you don't want to go slow. You don't want to go fast and have it move and screw up and all that. So, nice new blade. Looks like I made it. Except for right there. Right there, what's it hanging up on? Ah! You see what I just did? That's so stupid. And that'll go on there. And we'll trim it out a bit more. But before I do that, there's this little piece, and luckily, very kind and generous Elliot Brown gave me some nice diffusion plastic that will work very well for this. I need to go look at some pictures, and I'll be right back, because I have a feeling I just took a piece like that, stuck it under here, because I can see a bump sticking up, and that is blood. So I'm going to actually take some of this stuff here, and which is clear PETG, which is probably what I did, and frost it. So I see exactly what I did. It's really crude, and of course I don't have a right angle here. It's upstairs. What I want to do is try to cut this as straight as I can. And I need to make a template that makes this little part right here. Isn't it handy I have these pictures? Oh, there's a toggle switch there too, and I think I have some upstairs. Okay, so we got that shape there, which I will make a template out of styrene from. Okay, so it approximately goes from, oh, I can see exactly how wide it is because I have this part that goes right here. And it doesn't go quite that far back, but this is actually the same width. So I'll make my template like this width here, there, that's the width, and it looks like I freehand this. What makes me think I just used the edge of this? No, I didn't. I couldn't have. There goes a P-51 Mustang right over this place. That's good luck for aviators. Yeah, that's about right. And we're about here. And a slight curve on the inside. So I need a different something that's rounder, that's round, that's not quite that. Oh God, perfect. God, I love it when life works like that. It's absolutely perfect. Okay, so there we are. In no time, I've got a template that I can use to cut out the pleather. And do that. I'm going to follow this one. This is just, I just love this. And a lot of the things I'm doing are actually exactly how I made the gun, because I was in such a hurry. And Charlie was, he was great, man. I mean, when I was doing this, because he just loved everything I did. That's great, that's great, oh, that's great. Which is always nice. And that would go right there, about like that. So now, and let's see, this would be about there. It's in a bit further, it's closer to this, about there. It probably would help if I did a little bit of measurement. So I will center this just right. That's a little over 1 inch. That's a lot over 1 inch. I think I need to come more forward. I'll try again. 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. Inch a little under a half. It's about right there. I'm gonna mark where this goes, just so I don't. Okay, so now we're gonna mark where this goes. This is about right there. You know, it would really help if I turned on some lights. There we go. just in case I move it. I'm gonna cut this like so. And there was some ribbing I put around this. On the very edge, some kind of, looks like a shoelace, a round shoelace or something. Oh shit, cut my template. And of course we'll save this in the event that somebody else for some reason wants one of these guns and is willing to give up their entire bank account to get one. Or just trade me a car. I'm looking for a Miata currently. That would actually do it. Yeah. Yeah, if you have a 1999 to 2003 Miata you want to trade for a laser blast gun, contact me. We can do business. Okay. There we go. And so this would go underneath it, and of course I'd cut that out, and I'm going to do a better job of frosting this. Is the word I was looking for. So, and I do need to cut this away, and I'm trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to do that. This, as it turns out, is not big enough. But I need to cut this away. I'm going to need to get a Sharpie here and mark that. Just need a general ballpark here. Okay. Now I got to figure out, this stuff's pretty thin. I think maybe a Dremel tool is best for this application. You're going to get to see some sparks, one of my favorite things. I don't think I had one of these back then. I might have. It's kind of hot. I don't know why. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is round it off a bit. And we're watching the time. At 4:30, I have to quit. Round it off a bit. Take off those sharp edges. So, my next trick, I'm going to mount this while we wait for the hot glue gun to dry, and then I'll show you what I've done because I'm very proud of it.
Was it wet?
Wet. What was what?
Was the hot glue gun wet?
No, it's brand new. You bought it for me recently. It's very cool. I love it.
Why are you waiting for it to dry?
It's got light. Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for it to get warm. Get real. I know you think that's very funny, but very funny. Ellie will know what I'm talking about. It's a Dizzle, man. It's absolutely imperial. Okay, so we're gonna. And it does want to be there. Can I make that happen? Maybe I can just sort of cheat like this. Okay, so now I need to open this up wider, like a spider, And, or do I? No. Maybe. Can that go here? That goes there. This is, you know, kind of guess as you go, because who knows how I did things back then. Oh, okay, so, and then of course there'll have to be another hole in this for the lighting. And the idea is to mount this about here, if it'll allow me to. The screw might be a bit much. I think probably it is. Maybe not, but I'm gonna need some horsepower to get that. You don't want it on high speed. You know, I just love it when things go like that. I have to vacuum form our screen to go in there. Did I do this backwards? I did it upside down, didn't I? Yes. This shows you how the Star Trek aficionado I am. There, in there. And of course, you remember how I showed you how I did all of this and made it look like metal, just like the other one? And recently, I found this in my inventory, which I have to try doing one with. It's gonna be harder, probably. Sorry, Rosie. Okay, so that's mounted, and over here, we have this mess I've made. If you look here, this is now, we'll tack this down temporarily with some hot glue. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna start by just kind of doing that, and that about there. This way I can get it all apart later. But for now, I just have to have a look-see. And we're gonna put a little bit, ooh. There's something hard under there. Of course there was. I'm gonna just kind of put a little bit under here, a little there. Just kind of stretch that down like so. And because this will release again. Won't it, Mary? It should lace. It will. No cobwebs. Come on. And of course, there's a piece that goes around that. Now, where's this piece? Now, this piece here, of course, we don't have the time, do we? I was going to drill the holes in there and then put these little parts on there, which go like so. And there's like 1, 2, 3, and then 2 down here, and there's these little ones, the little square ones. We're going to do that next time, but I got to make holes in there so I can put LEDs under. This time, I mean, originally, back then we really didn't have LEDs, so we used incandescent bulbs, and I had like one bright one in there. And only at night, in a couple of shots, can you actually see things blinking and lit up. You couldn't see it during the day. With the ultra bright LEDs, with this one, you should be able to see it lit even in the daytime. That's my hope. So I'm just going to tack this on temporarily, just for looks, shits and grins. And of course, it doesn't want to stay down. That'll go up here. I don't know about you guys, but this is starting to look a lot like a laser blast gun. We didn't get the bottom ones on, but that will only take a minute to do tomorrow. Oh God, this thing's heavy. The other gun, the real gun, was pretty light. This thing, if I hit you with this thing, no doctor would save you, but it's starting to really look like the gun, I think. So I think we did really good for today, and we'll come back to this next week for more fun with laser blast gun. That rhymed.